Rooted in African heritage, the wellness of Africans has always been connected to the land, the local market, the farm, the family, and the food they prepared with intention rather than a drugstore. In today's video, we're wrapping up on our conversation on men's health, which is strongly influenced by culture, discipline, marriage, food, and longevity. Living close to nature, walking long distances, eating fresh farm foods, and resting adequately contributed to the physical resilience of our ancestors. Today, most men are not physically active, which disconnects them from the simple habit that once supported their health. Stay with me because we are going to speak honestly, respectfully, and practically. From a young age, boys were taught that manhood was not only about strength, but also about responsibility, patience, self-control, protection, and care. Marriage required more than physical attraction. It required emotional maturity, spiritual awareness, communication, and respect. Intimacy in marriage was understood as something sacred, private, and deeply connected to trust, peace, and the health of the home. One major threat to man's peace and health is secrecy in marriage. When a married man keeps external relationships, he creates emotional damage, mistrust, spiritual conflict, and stress in the home. The devil understands that the woman is spiritually in charge, and he cannot have access to the man who is physically in charge without the woman's permission. Remember Adam and Eve? Betrayal affects the wife, the family, and even the woman involved. A peaceful home supports better health. A divided home creates health pressure. This is why communication, honesty, repentance, forgiveness, and accountability are essential in marriage. Take this from me as a licensed herbalist. The person who prepares food in the home has greater influence on man's health. That is why love, peace, and trust must remain at the center of the kitchen. Remember, the DNA of an African man sees salt as stress. Polygamy in the historical context was often connected to economic responsibility, agricultural productivity, and family continuity. It was not simply about desire. It required order, accountability, provision, fairness, and discipline. Food was central to that system. Yes, for medicinal benefits, foods and fermented herbs supported digestion, strength, heart health, and energy when eaten as part of an active lifestyle. Their family structure was closely tied to farming, land, labor, and survival. Large households helped cultivate land, raise the children, protect the family lineage, and build strong community networks. Wives then acted as family doctors, using herbs for healing. Another issue many men discuss with me that affects their health is the pressure that comes when families relocate abroad. New countries often bring new systems. Yes, new expectations, financial stress, long work hours, cultural adjustment, and emotional distance between husband and wife. When stress becomes too much, intimacy will definitely suffer. Chronic stress affects mood, hormones, rest, desire, and overall well-being. Some married women become insecure when they find single women or single mothers achieving great things without the support of a man. The woman takes up more work hours and becomes a man for survival. Her libido drops drastically and her body begins to prioritize survival over pleasure. This state triggers a chain reaction in her hormonal balance and well-being that kills her sex drive and libido. Her vagina becomes dry and she begins to find sex painful and uninteresting. Instead of blaming one another as a couple, communication is what is needed. Planning, teamwork, realistic expectations, and compassion. A healthy marriage abroad requires shared responsibility, healthy meals, rest, quality time with the children, and a commitment to preserving the values that strengthen the family. Communication is the bedrock of relationships, and empathy is the ability to feel what your partner is feeling. Now, back to food. Boiled beans is the number one food for longevity on the planet. Spending over 10 years flying all over the world as a licensed private aircrew, I am giving you this for free. Beans all over the world is widely associated with healthy aging and AIDS-free flow of blood. Why? Because it provides plant protein, fiber, complex carbohydrates, minerals, nutrients, and it supports the heart, digestion, blood sugar balance, and fullness. Local fermented foods like ogiri, okpei, kimchi support gut health and add deep natural flavors to our meals instead of depending on salt and artificial seasonings. Wet iru, also known as fermented locust beans, is a potent seasoning with amazing health benefits. It naturally supports blood sugar regulation and blood pressure control. It contains antioxidants that fight inflammation. It contains vitamin A that improves the eyesight. It contains a lot of probiotics that promote a healthy gut microbiome that digests food better to avoid bloating. Ladies, I heard you loudly. We will have a women's health conversation. Many women today are dealing with heat, hormonal changes, exhaustion, stress, poor sleep, and lifestyle pressure. Our female ancestors lived differently. They ate farm fresh foods, moved more, rested more, and had strong community support. Modern life is different, so we must approach women's health with care, respect, and education rather than mockery and judgment. Before I close, I want to take a moment to share a little about someone deeply personal to me with all of you. My mentor, Uncle Miwa, who truly is the greatest gift from God to me. To me, he is much more than a mentor. He's a father figure in my life, the father I never had, my ultimate confidant, and without a doubt, my biggest cheerleader in life. He brings a rare combination of deep wisdom, accountability, reliability, and absolute integrity to everything he does. He is the one person that inspires me to take bold steps, explore my talents, take calculated risk, pursue greater opportunities and investments, helping me grow every single day. I'm incredibly blessed to have his strength and leadership in my corner. There will be no version of me like this without your support. Thank you so much for making me the woman I am becoming. Gentlemen, as we wrap up this series here, remember this: early to bed, early to rise. Discipline in food, peace in marriage, movement in the body, and faith in God all support a healthier life. If a man has health, he has hope. And if he has hope, he can rebuild almost anything. Let us trade the short-term traps of fleshy lust for lasting wisdom, discipline, and healing. Thank you all for watching this far. And don't forget to subscribe and share. I'll see you in the next video.